Yo, welcome back to the No Cut Sports Podcast with your host, Frazier. And y'all already know, man, we got some things we need to talk about. But before we get started, y'all already know, man, if you could for me, please like, comment, and subscribe to always catch this vibe, man. Y'all already know. Also, the fifth, we year 5 with it now. The 5th annual free book bag drive will be this year, August the 2nd. I want to say, let me slow it down. It's going to be August the 2nd, but the time I want to make sure we get it right. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be 4:30 to 7. Pretty sure that's what it's going to be. But if it changes, I got a flyer and all that. We getting the flyer made up. You know, we a little bit behind the ball, but we getting it together. Just making sure y'all at the 5th annual free book bag drive. Me and my friends, we putting it on once again. We have some free prizes, gift cards, but it'd be free book bags with supplies in them and all that good stuff. So more than welcome to come if you can, and we'll appreciate you if you could attend. So with that being said, man, let's get into what we need to talk about pertaining to the Philadelphia Eagles, man. I know it's been some time since I've been on here, and it's been a lot of talks. I've been in the comments going crazy. As you know, we are the Super Bowl champions, and I got to make sure I remind people, because I feel as though that they think because they got 5 old ass rings or whatever, 6 ring, whatever y'all want to call it, man, from a different decade, that I'm gonna sit here and argue with y'all with we about to get crowned this week. If I'm not mistaken, it's July 18th. We get the Super Bowl rings. I'm sure, you know, some of the players that got traded away will be in attendance, but we'll talk about that later. But the main thing I wanted to talk about today is the NFL execs list of the top 10 QBs, right? Now, as you can see, I got my man jersey on today, right? Because they listed Jalen Hurts at number 9. Now, there's QBs out there, right? Don't get me wrong. We always talk about the quarterbacks like Josh Allen. We talk about the quarterbacks like Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, whatever the case may be. And I've been a big proponent about how I want to say this. Regular season, to me, I don't really care about. Like, I don't care about a regular season MVP when your quarterback is the Super Bowl MVP. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's the goal, to get to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. Josh Allen ain't seen the Super Bowl. Lamar ain't seen the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow actually made it to the Super Bowl. He had a terrible defense, but all in all, he lost. Okay. Justin Herbert. What are we talking about? Justin Herbert just this past year threw 4 interceptions in a playoff game. Justin Herbert has never even won a playoff game. But he is ranked higher than Jalen Hurts, who is a Super Bowl MVP, been to 2 Super Bowls, 2 NFC championship trophies. We don't care about them, but we glad we got him. You feel what I'm saying? And he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and you mean to tell me he number 9? Y'all can't tell me that y'all think this man is being carried to a Super Bowl when we went to the Super Bowl in 22. We didn't have a Saquon Barkley. Our defense was good, but you see on the field, and I'm not trying to make an excuse, but the conditions of the field of what we played on. Like, I'm not understanding. And that game was decided by a call. Y'all got to keep it a buck. It was within 3 points that they won. They didn't blow us out. And then the collapse here with Kansas City, when we went to Kansas City, and we had the gauntlet, we went to Kansas City. We beat them. Then we beat the Bills. Then this year we beat Cincinnati. Then this year we beat Lamar. None of them quarterbacks besides Patrick Mahomes, I think it might be somebody else that could say it from the AFC that they, or the elite quarterback group, can say that they beat Jalen Hurts. Now, I know this is a team game, man, but they make a quarterback versus quarterback. And I can understand why, because talent is a big thing, but we know all these players have talent, man. I done said this time and time again. We know the players got talent. But when it comes crunch time, Lamar Jackson, this past playoff, throws fumbles and throws an interception in the first half. But then we all gonna sit here and cry about the player. Was it Mark Andrews not catching the pass that he threw to him in crunch time? I understand, you know, you want that to happen, but why, if you're so elite, why are y'all playing in a crunch time situation? That be the thing with me. Because when Jalen Hurts, oh, he's a turnover machine. Why ain't y'all saying nothing about Josh Allen and all the turnovers and fumbles he has? If we gonna keep it a buck, let's keep it a buck, bro. Josh Allen, prior to this year, has thrown plenty of interceptions in crunch time moments. That's why on the list he's ranked number 2, but they had an NFL exec call him overrated. I hope it was Howie Roseman. I honestly do, because he is, bro. Buddy is overrated. Same thing with him. Oh, the exotic blitz. Oh, I didn't see it coming. Prepare, bro. They said Jalen Hurts couldn't beat the blitz. Would you see what he did this year? I ain't got the statistics in front of me. I'm just off the top of the dome with it today because I'm just like, why? Where's all the disrespect coming from? Did y'all not just see what we did to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? Forget the Chiefs. Did you see what we did to the Commanders? And they got Jaden Daniels rated higher than Jalen Hurts. Buddy's a rookie. One good season, bro. They act like the world coming to an end. Like what are we doing here, man? What are we talking about? One good year and he better than Jalen Hurts. But when Jalen Hurts is going against him, you can see it's a clear difference. If Jalen Hurts don't go out that game, we sweep them this year. All 3 games swept. Let's keep it a buck. People want to sit here and argue with me like, oh, y'all hype over a Super Bowl. Of course we are. Goofy, of course I am. I'm super duper hype. Wouldn't you be hype if your team won? But y'all probably ain't seen a Super Bowl in 30 years. Like, bro, y'all gotta talk to me nice, bro. I'm telling you, because at the end of the day, Jalen Hurts is better than all the quarterbacks that they put on this list. I don't care. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, well, look at the players that he got. We drafted this team. This the same team, mind you. This the same team that could not score in the first half, but ends up winning the Super Bowl. Then you got commentators talking about, I don't want to put all the clips in here because they doing all this wildness with the copywriting, but it's clips from what's the Fox, Speak for Yourself or Speak On, whatever it's called, man. Where they're trying to say, well, for if the Eagles play the Chiefs, it's going to be a gauge for both teams. A gauge for both teams? What you mean a gauge for both teams? He said to see if we are really like what we are like, or did we just put it all together at the end of the season? Are you crazy? If you putting it together like that at the end of the season, what you think we going to do this season? Yeah, we lost some players. I understand that. Sweaty gone. You feel me? CJ gone. We ain't going to talk about CJ's issues. Okay? But CJ gone. You feel me? But you can't sit here and tell me that like this would burn me up, right? Patrick Mahomes can go to a Super Bowl. They saying the next year, they probably going to win it. Patrick's this, Patrick's that. I feel as though that they don't like Jalen Hurts because, honestly, and I heard LB say this too, he's honestly the first quarterback, dual threat quarterback to win the Super Bowl. They took away Saquon, who was supposedly ran us to a Super Bowl. Saquon didn't do much in the Super Bowl. He had some catches, don't get me wrong. But the dagger Jalen Hurts threw, or the touchdown to AJ Brown, or you feel what I'm saying? Like I'm not understanding what y'all are seeing. Jalen Hurts do everything that y'all want y'all quarterbacks to do. Number one thing he do is win. Stats I really don't care about because, like I said, Josh. Matter of fact, let's do this right quick while I got y'all on here because I pulled the article up. And I don't want to make this a long video, but I ain't been on here in a long time, so this might be kind of a long video. Because I kind of want to go through this. I didn't even go through the list. I just seen that Jalen Hurts was number 9 and a bunch of bums was before him, okay? So of course, they put number 1, Patrick Mahomes. I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that. Patrick Mahomes is a 3-time Super Bowl champ. He deserves to be number 1. He's the person that it seems that he's the kryptonite to everybody else besides Jalen Hurts. Now, I can't sit there and say that we lost the first Super Bowl. But like I said, the following season, we go to Arrowhead, we beat them. Then we go back to the Super Bowl and we beat them. I mean, we belt to you know what, we beat them, okay? But he deserves to be number 1, okay? Until he shows otherwise, and I'm not gonna sit here and speculate, but I do feel as though the Chiefs probably make it to the playoffs, but I don't think we see him in the Super Bowl. I feel like they still need pieces. They got to get some things. Because at the end of the day, this is a team sport. He might be able to get them there, but they probably don't win if they do get there. But I don't see them getting there. That's just me. That's just me. And I've said this before. When I first started the podcast, and it's been a little decline in Patrick Mahomes' play. But Patrick Mahomes is still got to call him the GOAT right now. That's playing in the NFL. Okay. Now I don't want to. Should I read all this? I don't want to. All right, I'm not going to read Patrick Mahomes. We already know what Patrick Mahomes is about. But number 2 is Josh Allen. Now, if y'all know, I had a very, very I ain't even a love-hate relationship. Like, I don't hate Josh Allen, but I'm tired of hearing people tell me about Josh Allen and hold him in this high regard of being this amazing quarterback because he throws and does all this flashy stuff. He runs for touchdowns. But when Jalen Hurts do it, it's a problem. Now, maybe Jalen don't throw for all the yards, but I don't care about that. In the big moments, I've seen this man fold. Mind you, fantasy quarterback, I know firsthand, 2 picks a game here, 2 picks a game here, I'll fumble here. I know. Now, this year was a clean year for him. They got pretty deep in the AFC, but at the end of the day, they lost, okay? They lost. Crunch time moment. And this football, things happen, but it seems to be that every time Josh Allen plays Patrick Mahomes, it's damn near guaranteed, well, at least in the playoffs, it's damn near guaranteed that he gonna lose. Simple and plain, bro. And you can call it what you want to call it, but like I said earlier, they had an NFL exec, and he said the same thing I said. Besides this one season, Josh Allen has been known to throw interceptions and fumble. Now, if we really want to, and it's plenty of seasons of this. Plus, they also just paid Josh Allen. When you got your running back, and this is something else that we don't really talk about. These quarterbacks that y'all claim to be elite. Why is Josh Allen getting paid again? Oh, because he got y'all to the AFC Championship? I'm not paying you again. You supposed to be elite. Why am I paying you more money? Why should I put more people around you? You supposed to be as good as, you know what I'm saying? You number 2 on the list. You supposed to be that good. So why don't he win? Joe Kelly done went to more Super Bowls than him. Like, come on, man. He might not have won none of them, but he at least went there consecutively. So you mean to tell me, and I'm not trying to you sit there and compare the two because you know it's different eras, but you mean to tell me that he ain't better than him? That's all I'm saying. You know, they had other things going on too, but my thing is this: with Josh Allen, they make it seem like he's this all-star. He is a good player. But to me, and I've said this before, him, Lamar Jackson, even Patrick Mahomes, they have this loose play, how they play, like this loose play style. It's not like how I want to say. They'll go off script, okay? They'll go off script a lot of times, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it seems to be it's more of how that's their style of play. You feel me? Instead of a Joe Burrow sitting in the pocket, you know what I'm saying, getting it there. And they can sit in the pocket too, don't get me wrong. But they had these moments where they get these, I don't know, man. They think they playing NFL street or something like that. And you'll see Josh Allen do some craziness. And in the regular season, that kind of stuff looks good and it worked. But do something like that in a playoff game, bro. It's over with. And we've seen it multiple times with him. So the GM comes out and he says something. I'm not going to get in all in that, but it is what it is. Joe Burrow, okay? Now, Joe Burrow's he's a quarterback that I like, but he can't even say he beat Jalen Hurts, right? Long story short, Joe Burrow's a good quarterback, got a great offense. Defense is trash, but he's been to a Super Bowl. At least he can say he's been there. He's played in it, okay? I don't mind that. I don't mind, but Joe Burrow's been missing the playoffs. He starts off slow, usually gets it together. But they're becoming a team that's going to be phased out because they done paid all their offense. Didn't pay the defense. They got players holding out. Their rookies holding out. Excuse me, y'all just ate. I'm so sorry. But they got their rookies holding out, things like that. So I don't really see them doing nothing. Unless they change how they go about doing things in the front office. So I don't really see him doing nothing. His talent will go to waste as well. Now, Lamar Jackson, okay? He had a highest rating. I didn't even see this before. They got him rated from highest to the lowest ranking. So I guess they went through all 32 teams and, the average for the highest and the average for the lowest. So his lowest was the 6. His highest was 1. All right. What was Joe Burrow's? Joe Burrow's highest was 1 and lowest rank was 5. Highest rank for Josh was 1. Lowest rank was 4 for him. Highest rank was 1 for Patrick Mahomes, and lowest rank was 4. There's no way you can name 3 better quarterbacks than. I'm sorry, like that's the stuff I be talking about. But that's why teams be losing. So, but Lamar Jackson, he's another player. I like Lamar, but the way they give Lamar credit for all the stuff that he do, Jalen Hurts do the same thing at an efficient level. Y'all think because, like I said, regular season they go out here and throw all these yards. You don't do that. Like, go check the stats for the playoffs. You see players going for crazy quarterbacks going for crazy stats, throwing yards and stuff like that. No, bro. And then you got to remember this too. If you're leading in the game, you probably not really throwing it. But if you down, you know what I'm saying? You probably throwing it. You probably chucking the ball more. So you want to make the excuse talking about, oh, if Jalen throws over 20, 30 pass attempts and this, that, and the third, he declines. I can say the same thing for other players too. The elite quarterbacks too. They'll throw a pick or they'll do something that's inefficient to the game. I can do the same thing. So next person, Jaden Daniels, number 5. Like I just said, Jalen Daniels, number 5, first-year quarterback, made it to the NFC Championship. Congratulations. Congratulations, Washington. Congratulations. Because I was arguing with y'all and y'all comments too. Trying to sit there and say, why we tripping? What's bull name? Gonzalez? David Gonzalez? Then he gonna block me because, like, bro, what is you talking about? He had to understand too. Like, what are you talking about, bro? He good, but what that meant? I just seen today. He got the oldest unit in the NFL overall. The oldest unit. You give a player of this potential the oldest unit. But then he's 24 himself. He getting up there in age as well. But the oldest unit. How long you think they going to hold up? Terry McLaurin ain't paid. Y'all think Debo going to go out there and shuffle around and get y'all enough touchdowns to beat us? Hell no. Hell no. No way. And there's no way I'm crowning a rookie. That's like me sitting there saying last year about rookie CJ Stroud. Phenomenal season, but then there's tape on you after that. I hope Jaden Daniels playing at that. What's the little joint he be wearing? They say he wear this little joint over his eyes so he can, adapt to the game speed and things like that. I hope it worked for you because we coming for you twice this year, okay? And if y'all make it back, maybe 3 times. But I do expect to see them. But I'm still not putting him ahead of Jalen Hurts. Like I said, every time Jalen Hurts played him, Matt Stafford, number 6. I can do Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford's a Super Bowl winning champion. Some years in the NFL, Matt Stafford always had I always thought Matt Stafford had a beautiful ball that he threw, man. But he's getting up there in age. You feel me? But that would be a team, though. I will say the Rams will be a team that will give us a run for our money. I don't know how many. That's something else too. I don't want to get too much off topic. We'll talk about that after. Let me speed this up. This is the one right here. Number 7, Justin Herbert. The highest he was ranked was number 3. The lowest he was ranked was unranked. Okay? And remember, it's top 10. Why is Justin Herbert ahead of my Super Bowl winning quarterback? Forget the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts done been to double, if not triple amount, or won the triple amount of playoff games compared to Justin Herbert, who has won none. Like I said, 4 picks in 1 game. You're tripping. You're tripping. Come on. He don't even belong on the list. Jared Goff. Now, I like Jared Goff, but you can probably say maybe ahead of Jalen Hurts, maybe, because the Lions were a dominant team this year. But again, I can't give him, because Jared Goff's another player that folds. Like, he folds, bro. And I'm like, and I understand he didn't have his team, but even when he was with the Rams, that's why Sean McVay moved on and got Matthew Stafford. And you see what happened. They won a Super Bowl. So, but let's get to my boy, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Alexander Hurts. All right, man. So his highest rank was 6. His lowest rank was unranked. So the highest they had, the highest average that all the NFL execs had him at was number 6. Okay. Still out of the top 5, still hating. We understand that. The man has been to 2 Super Bowls, won Super Bowl. Okay. They talk about, oh, he's a running quarterback. Okay, but do he win? Very well. He's very efficient at winning. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of these other quarterbacks ain't efficient at winning. Regular season are efficient, at winning. Because there's nothing at stake in the regular season. What are you playing for the regular season? Just a record at this moment in time. Just a little ticket to get you into the playoffs. But then that's when real teams are separated, because now it become a team thing. But now it also becomes a quarterback thing because, like I said, at the end of some of these games, the quarterback always has the ball in his hands, so he's always liable. He's always liable. So who would you rather have back there? Jalen Hurts in a crunch time situation? Like I said, he can't beat the blitz. He did it this year. He can't do that. And if whatever you think he can't do, he's going to show you he can do it. Every time, bro. They said he wouldn't go back to the Super Bowl, and he did. Like I said, this is the same team that could not score in the first half. like nobody had us. Nobody had us. Nobody had us. None of those people on national TV had us going to a Super Bowl, being a super team. I'm hearing all this stuff now. Where is all this coming from? They told me last year, they're like, y'all think y'all finna do something after y'all just won on a landslide of losses? I said, yeah, we gonna do something. You think you thought we was gonna go out like that? Bro, it's been 30 years since Cowboys won something, bro. San Francisco, they got stuff going on out there too. It's like it's been years since these, and they still talk. I'd rather have this many, and that's cool that y'all got them rings, bro. I don't care. I'm not a fan of your team. I don't care. Nor was I alive to see any of them rings. Okay, I might have been alive for some of them Cowboys or 49ers rings, them last couple of one or two rings. But my thing is this. I'm 32, bro. I'm moving shortly on to 33. I could care less about some old rings, bro. If it's not Tom Brady, if it's not Matthew Stafford, if it's not Peyton Manning can still get up, a little, he can talk a little bit. If it's not none of them quarterbacks, Matthew Stafford, if it's none of these Jalen Hurts, if it's none of them quarterbacks that, because y'all trying to compare my man to Trent Dilfer, or are you retarded or are you dumb? All right, like come on, y'all say things like to get headlines and attention from people. That makes no sense. We all know Jalen Hurts is better than most of these quarterbacks on the list, and this also shows me why there's a lot of organizations that don't win, because they believe that a quarterback is supposed to look like a Justin Herbert. That's what they said. If you build a quarterback, you're looking for the Justin Herbert type. But that's the same quarterback that threw 4 interceptions in a playoff game, bro. And he has had teams, and he still has not been able to fulfill the needs of his organization. But they continuously keep throwing hundreds of millions of dollars at these quarterbacks. Like I said, Josh Allen, why are we paying you again, bro? Because you got to say the AFC Championship. Oh, whoop-de-doo. My man got 2 NFC championships already, bro. Like, what are we talking about? And we spanked y'all in 23. Like, what are we talking about? I can't say spank, but we did them in. You feel what I'm saying? We got the dub. It's like, what are we talking about here, man? I don't understand. But one thing I do know is Jalen Hurts is walking into the NFL, to the Super Bowl stadium. He seen, Chiefs winning. He said, bet, bet. So same thing gonna happen this season. Now we do have a crazy schedule. I will say that. A very crazy schedule. But at the same time, and I said this before, a lot of teams on their schedule still aren't built to stop the run. I also seen headlines. I won't say headlines, but and I got to be careful with some of this stuff because Facebook, them groups be just throwing stuff out there. But I want to say, let me just make sure this is right, because AJ Dillon, they said he might be on the bubble of not making the Eagles. Yes, I don't know. It's NFL rumors. So as y'all know, and if y'all don't know, AJ Dillon, I don't think he's played a game in about a little over a year now. Neck injury, things like that. But when he did play, very, very productive running back. And I feel as though, like I said, if he could stay healthy, that he would be, be like a little Saquon Jr., take some of the reps from Saquon, be able to rest Saquon, and, also get the other guys involved too, just because I also said too before that I wanted a, like how Jahmyr Gibbs and what's my man Montgomery are out there with Detroit, that I wanted a 2-back tandem, so or 3, whatever the case may be. But I didn't want to keep giving, Saquon all those reps because, he's an older guy, he has had injuries before. And I just want to make sure we have him, we can sustain his abilities and health, because we're gonna need it, come playoffs, whatever the case may be, Super Bowl, whatever the case may be. You know, I don't want to get too far ahead. You feel me? But at the same time, they were saying that, you know, AJ Dillon might be cut. So I don't know exactly what that might be. I don't probably think it's just, well, I guess that probably will have some effect on it, but I think it's probably, you know, maybe some results of his neck injury showing he also is 27 years old. You know, we want him to be a bruiser back. And I don't know how much he can take, but, you know, running into people head first, whatever the case may be, because they do use their heads sometimes to get, get through. So I don't know, man. We're going to see, man. Maybe they pick somebody up. Maybe somebody on the practice squad, but we'll get more into that. But I did see that before I got on here. I also wanted to talk about Nakobe Dean. Now, a video just dropped. I don't think I have it, but I seen it on Instagram of him with some weight, man. That looked like 300-400 pounds that he was picking up. And but he was picking it up. He looked pretty good. So I don't know exactly what his timeline is. They said he was ahead of schedule. He said he was ahead of schedule. I do hope to have Nakobe Dean back. 'Cause I really liked his play this past season. It was a shame he couldn't get to play in the Super Bowl, but like you seen, we got it done. But Nakobe Dean, him coming back, and then also with the addition of Jahad Campbell, man, I'm just thinking about what we can be, man. I'm really just thinking about what we can be, and I know Vic Fangio and the rest of those guys are going to have his defense on another, bro. Y'all thought I'm really thinking like y'all thought last year was crazy. That's the first year. First year, you got two rookies in there. You got a new linebacker in there. You bring CJ back. Now he going again, but now we got Nakobe. Nakobe's another player that I had to talk about too. They say he might be more entertaining than or more productive, or I forget how they said it, but just a more exciting player to watch than a Travis Hunter, who was drafted number 1 overall, if I'm not mistaken. So no, not number 1. I'm sorry, number 2 overall, because I think Ken went number 1. So, but nevertheless, man. Andrew McCool was another player. Smitty shouted him out at the softball game. A player that we have to watch out for. I think he's gonna be able to step in because I watched his highlights. But he gonna be a problem. So, but you seen what Vic Fangio was able to do. Come in here last year, bring some of his coaches in here. Seen everybody worked well together. Everybody was on the same page, and you see how this defense look. Number 1 defense, man. And I'm expecting the same thing because, like I said before, coming off of a Super Bowl win, this is how we operate now. We are trying to win more. Of course, we're trying to go back, but at the same time, you can't just think about it. It's an everyday process. It's not, you wake up, oh, season just started, we in the Super Bowl. No, man, you got 18 plus games, injuries. Hopefully, we don't have nothing crazy this year. We've been having some pretty decent years. Shout out to the health team for the Philadelphia Eagles. But yeah, man, it's a lot that go into it, and like AJ and Smitty said, it's pretty much the journey that we got to go through now all over again, and it can be a little different. It's going to look a little different. Each year it looks a little different with the Philadelphia Eagles, depending on who the coordinator is. And we got another coordinator, so I'm expecting it to look a little bit different. But all in all, sticking with what we've been doing, man. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like I said before, I seen our schedule. A lot of these teams can't stop the run. I'm expecting them to lean heavy on that run. If that's using Saquon all over again, which I'm for sure they will. Sprinkling Jalen Hurts in there too, because like I said, people sit here and complain about Jalen Hurts not throwing a rock and him having 18 touchdowns. But if I'm not mistaken, with the push touchdowns, whatever y'all want to call it, the run touchdowns, he has like 30-something touchdowns total. So don't let the people fool you like he don't be out here scoring touchdowns. Like, he's a dual threat quarterback. He gets them on the ground and he can get them in the air. So he might, and that's what I'm sitting there saying. Like, it looked different to these executives, and that's why they sit there and they say what they say. I know I hear people talk about, oh, if Jalen Hurts was on this team, they going, he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't get this team to the playoffs or whatever the case may be. And we can play hypotheticals all day. But I know, not Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, excuse me. Some which way or form, he's going to figure out a way to win, man. He's going to figure out a way. So y'all can keep sitting here critiquing my quarterback, and my quarterback's a Super Bowl MVP. Until I see one of y'all quarterbacks or one of these elite quarterbacks win a Super Bowl outside of Patrick Mahomes, Then we can have that conversation. But you can't come to me. Y'all can't come to me and think y'all want to sway me one way or the other. Especially, this would make it so bad. The season before, we collapsed. And then come back the next season and win the Super Bowl. Y'all understand? They're gonna do a 30 for 30 on us, bro. I'm telling you, like Nick, how did you were on the and I'm not gonna say he was on the hot seat to get fired, because that's just rumors, and it possibly could have been the thing, but at the same time, to be able to turn all that around and win a Super Bowl, the goal of your job, the goal of your sport, to do that and still get critiqued the way that they get, Jalen gets critiqued the crazy way. Team overall, they know what we got, but then they even say like can the defense do it again? Well, why can't they? Why can't we do it again? Y'all ain't say that when when Patrick Mahomes and them was doing it back to back to back. Y'all wasn't saying that. What make them so different than us? We actually got a real team. Like, we have real players. Not to say that they don't, but we have talent across the board because we draft well. And then we develop well, too. We got players, man, I'm telling you. Y'all just get ready for this season, man. Y'all just get ready for this season, because I'm telling y'all, bro, it's going to be a lot more to prove, because they still doubting us. And don't think that they do not hear this, man. They hear it. And now they know they got that target on their back, but they still gotta go hunting. So with that being said, man, that's Nam from the No Cut Sports Podcast. I greatly appreciate y'all letting me ramble and talk to y'all about the Philadelphia Eagles. As always, if you could for me, please like, comment, and subscribe. And before we get out of here, man, can I get a go Birds, baby? I'ma holla at y'all, man. Y'all.